There are places in this world where shadows whisper, where the air feels heavy with unseen eyes watching your every move. From castles cursed by betrayal to hospitals where the screams of the past still echo, some locations are soaked in dark histories and chilling legends. These are places where the boundary between the living and the dead blurs, where fear is not just a feeling, but a presence. Join us as we journey through the most haunted locations on Earth, uncovering stories of restless spirits, vengeful ghosts, and eerie encounters that have left even the bravest souls trembling. These are the tales that will follow you long after the last word is spoken. For nearly 1,000 years, the Tower of London has stood as a symbol of power, imprisonment, and death. Many who entered its cold stone walls never left, at least, not as living souls. The tower is said to be haunted by numerous spirits, the most famous being Anne Boleyn, the ill-fated queen of Henry VIII. She was executed on the grounds in 1536, her severed head rolling across the scaffold. To this day, visitors claim to see her ghost roaming the corridors, clutching her head in her hands, her eyes hollow with sorrow. The princes in the tower, young Edward V and his brother Richard, were imprisoned here in 1483 and vanished without a trace. Centuries later, their remains were discovered hidden beneath a staircase. Many guards have reported hearing the sound of giggling children in the dead of night, only to find no one there. Even more chilling is the presence of the White Lady, often seen waving from the tower windows. Those who catch a glimpse of her report an overwhelming sense of dread, as if her very gaze is a warning of impending doom. The air turns ice cold in her presence, and the stench of old perfume lingers long after she vanishes into the darkness. Bangor Fort, India, the cursed ruins of the sorcerer's revenge. Deep in the arid lands of Rajasthan, the ruins of Bangor Fort stand as a chilling reminder of a curse that doomed an entire town. Legends tell of a dark sorcerer who fell in love with the beautiful Princess Ratnavati. When she rejected him, he cursed the fort, sealing its fate in doom and destruction. Soon after, war and disaster struck, leaving the city abandoned and feared. Even today, visitors report ghostly whispers, strange shadows, and an overwhelming sense of dread within the fort's walls. Local lore warns that anyone who stays past sunset will never return. The Indian government has even placed a warning outside the site, forbidding anyone from entering after dark. Do the spirits of Bangor still wander the empty corridors, seeking revenge? Many believe they do. At the foot of Mount Fuji lies Aokigahara, a dense and eerie woodland known as Japan's suicide forest. The thick canopy overhead muffles all sound, creating an eerie silence that suffocates visitors the deeper they venture. But it is not just the absence of noise that unsettles those who step into these woods, it's the voices that come from nowhere. The shadows that flicker between the trees, the feeling that something unseen is watching, waiting. Aokigahara has long been associated with eerie, the vengeful spirits of those who took their own lives. Local legend warns that these restless souls call out to the living, luring them deeper into the woods where they will never be found. Many who enter the forest report a sensation of being followed, hearing soft whispers urging them forward, deeper into the tangled roots and twisted branches. Even rescue workers who retrieve bodies from the forest describe feeling an unseen force watching them, a weight of sorrow pressing upon them so intensely that some have refused to return. Those who dare to camp overnight often wake to find their tents violently shaken by unseen hands, their dreams filled with faceless figures whispering in a language they cannot understand. Château de Brissac, France, the Weeping Lady in Green. Known as one of France's most haunted castles, the Château de Brissac holds the ghostly tale of Charlotte de Brézé, an unfaithful wife whose tragic end left an imprint on the halls. Murdered in a fit of rage by her husband, Her spirit is said to haunt the castle to this day. Visitors claim to hear moaning in the early hours of the morning, and some have seen her spectral form wandering the corridors, dressed in a green gown. The most terrifying aspect? Her face is said to be mutilated, with hollowed-out eyes and a gaping mouth frozen in an eternal scream. The Queen Mary USA, the ghost ship of Long Beach. Once a luxury ocean liner, now a haunted hotel, the Queen Mary is said to be one of the most paranormally active locations in the world. During its service in World War, the ship was involved in a tragic collision, and many sailors lost their lives aboard. Their spirits have never left. Room 340 is infamous for its terrifying encounters. Guests have reported waking up to blankets being yanked off them, faucets turning on by themselves, and spectral figures appearing at the foot of their beds. Some have even fled in the middle of the night, unable to endure the oppressive presence that seems to grow stronger as the hours pass. The old first-class swimming pool is another hotspot for ghostly activity. Though it has been empty for years, visitors still hear the distant sound of splashing water and the laughter of a little girl named Jackie, who allegedly drowned there. Those who have called out to her sometimes hear a childlike giggle in response, yet the room is empty. The engine room is haunted by the ghost of a sailor who was crushed by one of the ship's doors. His presence is marked by sudden cold spots and the sound of heavy boots echoing through the halls. Many who have stepped inside swear they feel as if unseen eyes are watching them, and some have even claimed to hear faint cries of distress when no one else is there. The Stanley Hotel USA, the inspiration for The Shining. Perched in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, the Stanley Hotel is best known as the eerie inspiration for Stephen King's novel, The Shining. But the real-life hauntings are just as terrifying. Built in 1909, the Grand Hotel has hosted countless guests, both living and spectral. Staff and visitors have reported hearing piano music playing on its own, mysterious laughter echoing down empty halls, and the spirits of former workers still tending to their duties. The most famous ghostly figure is that of Elizabeth Wilson, a former housekeeper who is said to tuck in guests at night whether they want her to or not. Paranormal investigators have even captured unexplained shadows and ghostly figures lurking in the halls. Could it be that the Stanley Hotel is home to more than just history? Those who have stayed overnight swear that something or someone is always watching. Poveglia Island, Italy, the cursed land of the dead. A place so feared that even fishermen refuse to cast their nets near its shores. Poveglia Island in Italy is one of the most cursed locations on Earth. During the 18th century, it became a quarantine site for victims of the Black Plague. Thousands of bodies were dumped into mass graves, their souls forever bound to the island. Later, in the 20th century, a mental asylum was built here, where a sadistic doctor performed cruel experiments on his patients before meeting a grim fate, jumping or being pushed from the bell tower. Those who have dared to set foot on Poveglia describe overwhelming feelings of dread, sudden sickness, and an eerie sensation of being watched. The wind carries faint screams, and shadowy figures are often spotted moving between the ruins. Some visitors report hearing a deep voice whispering their names, though no one else is around. Locals believe that the island itself is alive, feeding on the souls trapped there, ensuring that no one who dies on Poveglia ever leaves. The world is full of places where the past refuses to stay buried, where the departed still whisper, and where fear is not just an emotion, it is a reality. From castles soaked in blood to forests filled with sorrow, these haunted locations remind us that some stories never end. Perhaps one day, you will find yourself standing in one of these places, feeling the chill of the unknown creeping up your spine. Are you brave enough to face the darkness? Or will you become the next ghostly tale whispered in the night? Let us know which haunted place chills you the most. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more terrifying tales from the shadows. Stay tuned for our next story where we uncover even more eerie encounters and unsolved mysteries from the darkest corners of the world.